Yo, what's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yo, can you hear me, man?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, I can hear you too. One second, I'm just trying to figure out how to connect my earplugs real quick.
I'm gonna go refill my water.
Sure thing. Колко може да миме? Може да си пуснеш телевизор с колко? Просто може да намалиш малко. Не, окей, пусни си. А? Няма причина да ми се коннектват слушалките обаче. Добре, ще ползвам твоите тогава просто. Тези му. Добре. Ти отиш. Shit. Не знам. Yo.
How you doing, bro? Can you hear me?
Yo, can you hear me, man?
Perfectly. I could hear you.
Yeah, I can. Fuck, not on my... Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna use headphones, man. Not on my headphones.
I could hear you before anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Sure thing.
Okay,
cool, man.
Nice to meet you. What's your name, by the way?
Nice to meet you too, man. I'm George. What's your name?
My name is Diego. It's a pleasure to meet you, George.
Really nice to meet you, man. Thanks for this opportunity. This is gonna be actually, I just want to say, like, real quick, like, I've had ideas before to run like auctions and stuff for my, for my products. Never really figured how to do it though. And yeah, this is pretty sweet, man. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of hyped.
I'm hyped too. Your shit is fucking crazy, bro. It really is.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So you started as a painter? Is that kind of?
Not really, man. I haven't really painted before in my life.
Really?
I'm 25 actually. I don't know, like some people think I'm younger or whatever. I'm actually 25, turning 26 this year. I started painting like 2 years ago or something like that. I wasn't really into like drawing or anything. I can't really say that I was one of those people that was like even like sketching in school or whatever, I've had like, yeah, I found like creative outbursts before in my life, for sure. This is not like my first thing, but painting, like, not really. I started fresh like 2 years ago.
Bro, that's really interesting because it's funny. All the interviews that I've previously had, the demographic is always the artistic kid that has always been doodling and scribbling in school. So it's impressive, bro. You straight up got a talent. But where are you from, bro? By the way, I detect an accent.
So yeah, I'm from Bulgaria. I was born and raised here. Basically, I've been here all my life. Nice. I moved cities. I moved a lot here. I've moved cities twice, but just like lived around or whatever. And yeah, man, like that's pretty much it. Like I said, I didn't really artistically, like I didn't paint or anything. I actually studied psychology. I like got my degree here. And like after that, I just started painting, to be honest. Like it wasn't a thing before that even at all.
Where's here for you?
Here for me right now I'm right now situated in Sofia, so that's the capital of Bulgaria.
Okay.
I used to live in Plovdiv. I came here just to study and stuff, but I just stuck around, and after I graduated, like,
so you don't live in the US at all?
No, not at all, man.
Okay, interesting. That's dope. This is my first non-US artist, bro. That's fire.
Yeah. I haven't lived outside of Bulgaria at all. Like I've traveled. I like traveling and stuff, but yeah, Bulgaria is always home base. Like, what can I say? I love traveling, but I don't think I'll be moving anytime soon.
How is living in Bulgaria?
It's cool, man. Like for me, it's really good. I can't, I can't say nothing bad about it, really.
Right.
There's a lot of shit going on here, issues, political stuff that's, it's like no reason to really bore you with it. It's
fucking everywhere.
Stuff that's going on around the world pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, it's whatever. For me though, it's pretty sweet, especially now since it's kind of been going well for me with this clothing brand thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty good for me, man. I can't deny I'm kind of an introverted person in general. I just stay home with my girlfriend and we just do things together. Um, yeah, like it's pretty sweet for me to be honest. Yeah.
So, what about your customers? Are they usually from Bulgaria, or you get like kind of all over?
Not at all, man. Actually, like I'm like pretty much nobody knows me in Bulgaria. Like super few
Mhm.
people know me here. Outside of people that knew me beforehand or whatever.
Mhm.
My first supporters, friends and stuff. Other than that, it's all over the world, man. Like, yeah, I'd say if we want to concentrate it on a country, I'd say the U.S. is probably
Probably. You've
yeah,
got
of
the market.
course.
You've got the market, but people love that shit. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But the US is a pretty huge country, so it's not really comparable to anything here in Europe.
sure.
I'd say it's like 50-50 between like, or like 40-40 Europe and the US. And then there's, I've had like, Australia and New Zealand and stuff like that. Yeah, man, my customers are from all over the world. Like
Really.
it's fucking insane, man. Yeah. I'm really grateful for that. It's mind
And
blowing.
why did you start 2 years ago? Like, what was your like? You did psychology, and were you working in psychology at all? Why did you even do that? Like, explain to me. I'm interested.
Um, yeah, not at all. Like after high school, it was just something that I knew I wanted to study basically. Back then, I wasn't ready to take like a risk like this, or I'd say I don't know, because like when I started doing this, I took it seriously from the start. It is a business. I can't front like I'm an artist, it's cool, whatever, but this is a business. We trade, you give me money and I give you clothes, so it's
Yeah.
something that I take very seriously. um, but yeah, like after I graduated, I just knew that I wasn't going to do that anymore. I took whatever I could from my education. I was like lucky enough to be basically I graduated from a really well, it's a good university here in Bulgaria.
Mhm.
It's a pretty good university. It's actually for certain stuff it's probably the best, whatever. But it's kind of cheap is what I'm trying to say. It's very cheap,
Yeah.
so I didn't have any like financial burden after I graduated.
Good.
So I was kind of free to do whatever. I had a job beforehand,
Mhm.
and yeah, like it just started going pretty well at some point. Like yeah, I like art in general. Like usually I'd say I'm more of a music kind of guy. I discovered painting very, very late in my life or whatever. Um, I had to go back and basically teach myself a lot about like history and stuff, and painting in general. I like being a talented person is not a concept that I've ever had in my head or whatever. I never had something that is my thing. I
Mhm.
never did something when I was young, that kind of grew into whatever. It's weird. I just picked it up and it worked out for some reason. I had a lot of people when I started telling me that like there's something or whatever. I remember like two or three of my friends that were like the first people who encouraged me, and my girlfriend, obviously, she's sitting right there. But yeah, it just picked up, and once people on the internet started telling me that I'm good, man, oh yeah, I I just started doing it even more. Like, what can I say? It's pretty simple.
And where do your characters come from? Like, I see you kind of go like all over the place. Do you choose them from like your personal passions? Like, I saw that you did a hoodie with Akira. I thought that was really sick, by the way. But so how do you choose your characters?
Yeah, it's personal stuff that I have interest in. I I try to do, obviously the Kanye and the Akira stuff is kind of overdone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, anime stuff. I don't try to do that at all. It's something that I just thought it might be cool to try on a sleeve.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I try to go all over. I usually like characters and stuff. is not usually what I do. It's just the stuff that blows up and
Yeah,
attracts people.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'd say even like more abstract stuff is what I have probably a lot more fun painting. Yeah.
I have a question, which doesn't really have to do with art, but I'm always been interested, bro. What does like a 4-year degree in psychology teach you for like the world, if I
For
may?
like the world,
In general, for
um,
you, for whatever experience, whatever we could gain out of your like 4 years of knowledge.
yeah, well, um, it's weird, man. Like one thing I can say, it does make you look at certain stuff a certain way. You can like it's up to you to pick whatever is there basically. I don't know. I did study a lot of. You basically study a lot of psychology, but also philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
and you do have a curriculum which goes over like basic ideas and stuff and the history of everything. But in general, I'd say it just gave me like this very open understanding of a lot of stuff that I might have like known before. That stuff that I notice, but certain stuff that you don't put into context. You never really understand. And like about people, human behavior, and whatever. Like I said, man, I'm a pretty introverted person. Like, it's cool. Like, yeah, I did learn a lot from my psychology course for sure, and it was very interesting. Like, it's a topic that I knew I was interested in beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's dope.
Hey, you speak very good English, by the way. That's really impressive, bro. Like honestly, I first thought you were like living in the U.S. When you said I lived here all my life. I thought you were talking about somewhere in the U.S., but not. That's pretty.
No, man. So I just started. I just started speaking English and learning English when I was very young. Even like before going to school and stuff, we used to watch American and English cartoons. So you just pick up stuff basically. And then I went to a very good, like very very good school, which had like a very good English program. Like it was the best thing ever, really. Once I was there, it like yeah. You're not the first person to tell me this. That's why I'm telling you.
That's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad to hear. But do you know what? By the way, just side on the interview. Do you think you'll be ready to auction stuff on Monday? I kind of was thinking putting you on, but if you can't, we can do it later on. But that's what
Um.
I wanted to put you as my next auction.
Yeah, we can do that, man. I have some stuff that's ready. I basically just thought it might be a good idea to, coincide it with my drop because it's just gonna be when, stuff are gonna be. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be more bubbling then. But
When is your drop? I don't remember you tell me this.
I was expecting to drop on the 11th, but it's probably gonna be pushed back a week, so it's gonna be around maybe the 17th or 18th of
June?
June, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can look for me. It's like I understand the traction stuff and going with the drop, but I think it like for
Yeah.
me and for the platform itself, since we had like previously we had hats and it wasn't painted, it was cut and sewn. I think that going into like hand painted garments again would be perfect. So if you would have stuff that you could auction on Monday, for me that would kind of like it would fit with Pièce Unique perfectly. And the thing is that, bro, like I'm looking, we can do this again and again and again. It's like this is kind of like the introduction. This whole year for me is kind of gathering as many artists, kind of doing as many interviews as possible, like generating a platform with content, and then from there, like having weekly, but like not even like one guy that's auctioning every week, but like having multiple people just auction on this platform constantly. That's only when I have
For
like
sure, man.
a good amount. Yeah. So
Yeah, we can go on Monday. Like it's whatever for me, man. I keep painting, so it's whatever. Yeah.
that's perfect. That's perfect for me. Just because, and all I really need, bro, after this interview is like you just send me cool pictures or like nice just pictures of the garments. And for me, what actually helps me the best, bro, because I love doing little edits and shit, is like you actually wearing the piece. Like I'm not gonna put you in the piece, but I'm gonna edit you out and like add
Sure,
characters.
sure.
So get creative with that. But that's wonderful. If you could do it on Monday, bro, that would suit my timeline the best. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah.
Perfect. And so I saw that you knew Father Aki. So is that someone that you kind of like you saw before you started doing this, or like after?
I think it was pretty much it coincided with me starting. Like yeah, I saw his stuff on Reddit, and and at some point, like he just crossed my, on Instagram, he just popped up or whatever, and yeah, like I was hooked at some point. His stuff is awesome. So yeah, I think we've even like briefly talked or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, but so in Bulgaria, do people rep this shit? Do people be repping custom clothing a bit, or?
So it's weird, man. Like I'm not really sure, to be honest. So there's a few, I'm not the only person doing this here.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that for sure, like I'm probably the most underground. If there's an underground here, nobody knows me here, bro. Like I said, I'm not outside all day, and like it's not even that, but I don't know, people just never found me here. At some point I was thinking about doing like a pop-up to have my initial exposure or whatever, but it just never happened. Actually, exactly, that's when COVID hit basically, and it never happened. And yeah, at this point, to be honest, I might actually do a thing in another country before I do one here, just because it makes more sense. I'd love to have like Bulgarian customers, but maybe my stuff, some might consider them like a little bit too expensive. And that's fine. Like I've actually had people, I do have supporters here, man. Like, and it's awesome. Like I speak to a lot of the people that find me throughout the internet, because it's wild what you can do with just like a laptop and a phone or whatever. Like
you can tap into like everyone around the world, honestly, if they have just a secure connection. That's impressive. I've been trying to do these interviews a little differently, because I always have this generic appeal of just asking your history and like just your past, and it's kind of like a timeline. But like I just had an interview this morning, and I asked this question to this girl, and I don't think she was like, what? I just asked a question. It was kind of like it was out there. It was kind of set the mood, but it was kind of a question like, why are we here as humans? So like my question to ask these type of questions, like I'm interested in going into the deeper. Like I want to know what's what passions you, what guides you, what more of the just like the front stuff. So if I were to ask you, why are we here as humans, or what is our goal, or what do we have to do? How would you answer that? And you can take your time to think. I think it's a huge question, so I don't mind even sitting down and you can take your time to think. For honestly, no pressure.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't have like a strong belief of anything, so it's one of those things that I have to dig really deep to even find like what I'm feeling now, to be honest. But I don't know, man, like why are we here? What's our purpose?
But when you say that you don't have a big belief in things, what do you mean by that? Let me just go back a second.
For this question specifically, I don't know, like I don't have one of those generic answers, to be honest, that really guides me. I don't really have like a fear of death or anything like this. It's one of those questions that's interesting, and certain times, certain theories or even thoughts or even like writings of people, like I don't care, you read certain stuff and it's like, yeah, this makes sense at this point. That's what I'm saying with like, I don't have like a thing which, I don't have a book to be like, this is my
like a
go-to,
religion or something like that.
Yeah. When it comes to our existence, bro, I don't know, like humans are kind of disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why we're here, to be honest. I'm sure like there's something very artificial going on with the way our intellect has evolved, for sure. But like, do we have like a purpose? It's a very optimistic idea, but
Okay, no,
I'm not feeling 100% optimistic right now.
I like the answer, but when you say you don't fear death, bro, how'd you come to that understanding of not fearing death? I feel like that's like bro, that's pretty elevated up there. Like,
to be honest, I'm not even one of those people that's like does drugs or anything, man. Okay. Like I've only drank and smoked weed in my like entire life. I haven't tried anything else even once. So I know like that's like a hot topic right now, but yeah, how I came to this conclusion, to be honest, like I don't know, it's at certain times, it concerns you. Right now, I'm feeling just really comfortable. It's kind of an ego thing, I guess. When you're feeling good, man, like you don't really think about it, I guess. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, like you can, like your brain is capable of taking you to, places where you feel like shit and you want to die right now because you're gonna die one day or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Certain times, I do get triggered, when your ego is like acting up and stuff, and like I don't know, you want to live for something, or I have this thing right now that I'm getting like a little bit older, I guess. It hits you at certain times that life is just not gonna be what it is, or like you really have to make. I used to hear this saying like you have to make the best out of everything, but it is what it is. Like you have certain things right now, so it is whatever. Like, and at a certain point, like it just ends. It's whatever.
I see, but actually, like as kind of depressing as it sounds, I love your realistic point of view because it's just very real, bro. It's like the type of shit where, like, when you said that you can put yourself in rabbit holes, like that's true. You don't need that shit, bro. Like most people will do that. You just live day to day and kind of see where it brings you and realize that you can get triggered. Like shit can trigger you, and not every day has to be the best day ever. But fuck, you're still like we're still connecting. You live in Bulgaria. You make clothes. I made an auction page. So it's interesting how these things develop.
For sure. Like this is, bro. This is it's unpredictable to me. This is not something that I could have ever predicted. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's like the older I get, I do get more calm, I guess. I don't know. For certain stuff, I'm very nervous when it comes to mostly like my business and stuff. I don't really care that much about anything else, to be honest. I just want to run like a smooth business. When it comes to painting and stuff, I know that whatever comes out, people might like it, people might not like it, but that's all subjective. But one thing that's not subjective is being a good businessman, and that's on the business itself. So that does get me for sure. That's like yeah, I've sort of found my passion in this for sure, and it feels good. I can't lie. Yeah, I've worked jobs before, very easy jobs like online jobs and stuff. But I've like this feels right. It's good.
Do you live off your art?
Mostly, yeah. At this point, mostly.
Wow, that's congrats, bro. That's really impressive. Yeah. Honestly, 25, you're very young to start living out of your art, dude. That's like honestly, it's good stuff, bro. GG.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're very early into. I gotta say, like it's not even like living at this point. It really is surviving, man. Because all of the money that I'm making is going into this. So at this point we're just trying to build really. It looks like I'm in a really good position. I'm not gonna lie, I have people's eyes. I have, people are really, really like people really mess with me, man. I have fans, I talk to people a lot. I have this connection with people that I've never met. It's pretty weird to be honest, and they support the hell out of me. Some people, it's crazy, man, for a little Bulgarian kid to be getting the amounts of money that he does from, strangers from other countries. I don't know. It's whatever. Maybe it's weird. It's weird for sure.
It's really impressive. But like, no, it's actually, I agree with you. Like I make clothes too. Like I make these little drawings.
Yeah. Check your stuff out, man.
And so like for me, it's too, bro. Like it humbles me down to actually think that someone's willing to spend their peas on shit that I make, So
crazy, man.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. I have a question in regards to your painting. You say, okay, was there ever a moment where you were self-conscious about the shit that you were doing, or like kind of like, or you just kind of just went and did it?
I mean, at the start, for sure, to be honest, like I was taking a very student like mentality to the whole thing. I was trying to learn, I was watching everything I can, from like tutorials to documentaries and stuff. Like I said, this is not something that I've done. I don't have like artist blood in my family. I don't know how to hold like a fucking brush and shit. So I had to start from literally zero, man. So I don't know, like when I go back to my old stuff right now, it looks like shit to me. And that tells me that I'm like, that it's meant to be, like I have to keep going, you know.
Mhm.
So that's like basically the thing that's, you know, I don't really care if I don't have stuff that comes out and I don't sell. Like everything I paint, I put on like the store, you know. It might not sell, you know, I might decide to like take it off or whatever, but
Mhm.
everything goes on, like, yeah.
And how much do you price your items for usually?
It's different, man. Like I'd say between like 60 to 100 euro, maybe more though. Like I actually the hoodies that I sold last was between like 100 to like 200. Yeah.
Okay, 60.
That's including shipping though. I
Yeah,
do offer free
that's fine.
shipping.
That's really sick.
Yeah.
That's amazing, actually. From Bulgaria, that's exactly what you need because people tend to be really like they're like, oh fuck, it's out of the country, shipping's gonna be expensive, customs, this and that. But if you and you do the whole customs thing, or you usually put it as a gift?
The customs thing is very like random, unfortunately, man. I'm actually currently like going through this like shipping process, trying to figure like things out for the future job or whatever. But
Mhm.
when it comes to customs, especially for the US, like when it's Europe, there's no problem. You know, stuff arrives really quickly and it's really cheap. But for Europe, there's certain like no for the US, there's certain like customs. I don't know, like sectors or whatever. Like sometimes they arrive in Chicago, sometimes they arrive in New York. It's very random, you know.
I see. Okay.
And some of these are really bad, man. Like I can show you some reviews on like Google Maps or something. Like
Mhm.
these places are terrible. Like I don't want to name them or whatever, but like you know, packages go missing. You know, they steal shit, and there's like nothing you can really do, and it's pretty fucked up because like I don't want to like I'm gonna refund everybody that like doesn't get their pieces. You know, I'm not willing to like lose people that are fucking supporting me. You know, but you know,
Terrible.
like refunding people is shit. Like yeah,
And especially
um,
when you're losing the piece that you painted on. So you're refunding people and you're losing
yeah.
the item that you made, and you got no choice. I agree with you. I think it's terrifying every time I ship shit because you never.
Thankfully, like I haven't had that happen so far. Like no pieces have been lost, but yeah, it's been really, man, lately that has been giving me the most anxiety. Like I can't even lie. I'm trying to figure out a new way to ship, basically. But yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah.
It's no problem, man.
And do you happen to have like anything that you can show me what you would type of want to auction, or it's all in the works, or you want to just send me pictures?
I have, so I do have three pieces right now ready. Actually, I wanted to ask. So we want to do two pieces. We've stopped in
I
two
can do
pieces.
I can do whatever. Like honestly, the way I go about it, bro, I supply the platform, I do the interview,
Sure,
I
sure, sure.
curate it, but then it's kind of like based upon like I have my customers now. We're running on 13,000 followers. When I started talking to you, I was like at like 950 or something. So like it's been growing exponentially. Like, people are like kind of fucking with the idea, but the main thing is I kind of each artist kind of goes on to their own customers, like knows what would be the best type of like item to sell, or what would sell the most, or like what would make the most traction, and what price would be the most appealing as well. So that I literally leave that all up to the artist. I do all my promotional stuff as much as I can, but if the item sells, then it's kind of like
Yeah, yeah. I have this like really huge piece. It's basically going to be probably the next piece that I print. That is one of those pieces that I think I know is going to do really well, you know.
fire.
It's almost finished. So I was
Mhm.
thinking maybe we could use that one. I could probably finish it like tomorrow. Yeah, I can probably prepare everything tomorrow if I try like really hard,
Absolutely.
man.
I,
And
I
yeah,
apologize. I apologize for doing it so late, man. I'm sorry. It's kind of I'm
no, no,
fucking
no, it's
my
okay, man.
organization, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll send you some stuff after the call, if
Perfect.
that's okay. I have
Absolutely.
something.
Absolutely. And so wonderful. So you have this big piece that you're working on, and it's going to do very well. So this is going to be like the original, and eventually you're going to make prints out of it. That's actually a great idea to have something that auction out. Like will be the original one, but the design I'll be making more and less pricey type of stuff.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like this is something that I've thought of before, just never really managed to pull it off. You know, it's just an idea, but I think it's a really good idea too. You know, it's usually like each drop I have like one or two pieces that are that I print or whatever that are mass produced or that I use like a motif from to use in another graphic, something like that. And yeah, I was thinking maybe we can auction the piece for this drop
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. That would be sick. I mean, whatever you have, bro, whatever you think would work. The way it goes like literally on Monday. On Monday, I post the interview and I post the first pictures, and the auctions are up on Monday, and they go all the way through Sunday. And I take zero commission, by the way. My
That's
website.
insane, man.
I know.
Why do you do this? I'm willing to pay a commission, man.
But
That's
you know why,
fantastic.
bro? You know why? It's because that's my business side inside of me, bro. I went to business school, and like today, your content is so much more valuable than my platform. And I say that honestly
I'd
with
like
all.
to believe so too, but I still think, man,
But like, think
I
about
don't
it.
know.
Like like a year from now, bro. If this platform has 20,000 followers and people that are committed, at that point, I feel comfortable being like, look, I want to take 15%, 20%, just because I'm upscaling your product to that much. Like what you
Totally makes sense,
sell,
yeah.
your stuff will sell higher here. So that's my goal. And I don't even want to, some people, and I see, bro, like for me, like I'm financially, I've got a job. This is like my side hobby. So I've got a job and that pays my bills, pays my house. So I don't need the extra cash. And I feel like artists, they deserve all the money they can get for their creation. So that's like my understanding of it right now. But eventually,
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Bless you for that. But yeah, I mean, no, like I said, man, when it comes to like artists, and especially in this thing we're doing, I guess, custom clothes and stuff, this is it's not like new, but the niche is like right now it's growing, it never had a boom or anything. I'd say maybe, I don't know, like maybe I missed it, maybe I'm not that old, who knows, but right now there's for certain like some type of like renaissance for this, I don't know. And yeah, man, I think there's a weird mix of, artists and businesses, and, the right thing to do is kind of stay in the middle track for sure. We're provided with this opportunity and the platform, man, like it's cool to be like a very huge artist, but you always got to know like where your money's coming and going, like for sure, and, like you got to respect people, and art is cool, but like I don't respect my art more than I respect people for sure. So
that's
it
real.
is what it is, man.
But in any case, so yeah, so the way that it goes around is just once these guys buy whatever, then shipping and handling is all based upon you.
Yeah, man, no problem.
And that's how the interactions go. But I'm actually excited, bro, because you tell me that you got customers and you wanted to try this auction-based platform. That's gonna be cool for me to kind of experience too, because I've been promoting this shit crazy, and it goes like we've had 3 buckets hats, and they went up. So they were sold 35,
Yeah.
we went up to 45. So what would you think initial price for your stuff would be, if you had an idea?
I'd let's say probably we're doing dollars, right?
Dollars.
Yeah. Okay. I think $90 is pretty fair.
90 is very fair.
I'm like, I use my, I know a lot of people like thrift for their clothes and stuff. I use like high quality blanks that I buy straight from like the manufacturer, man. So it's,
I'm gonna put this on what you just said right now. I'm gonna put this interview.
So yeah, it is what it is, like I have to pay a pretty nice sum for quality before I even touch the clothes, which is even spookier when I have to produce something good. That's why like I don't throw clothes. I have a very methodical way of working. Sometimes I freestyle and stuff, but yeah, we have to finish everything. Everything has to go. Like no throwing away clothes, man.
So like if you had a piece that didn't sell, you would rework on it and try to do something to make it kind of revamp it.
Yeah. Or I might like keep it for myself, like reworking and keeping it for myself. Like I've done that in the past as well. But lately I haven't even had the chance to do that, man. Like
that's good.
Some of these pieces I love so much. Like I'm fucking crying when I'm packing them and like shipping them off, but it's all good,
Well, that's where the love is, though. That's where it's.
Yeah.
All right, fine, bro. I think I've got hello the interview. Anyway, it's only 15 minutes, but if you have something to say to your fans, to your peeps, whatever, kind of like a last message that I can include at the end, and then.
Thank you for supporting me. This is pretty nice. I am almost ready to turn this into my full-time job, and that's very exciting for me. It's actually pretty crazy when you paint stuff on clothes for a full-time job. And I wouldn't have done it without the people, man. You have to treat the people right. There's a lot of shit treating of the people, and that's not okay.
I agree. Bro, thank you so much for taking this time. And
Sure, man.
I mean, this all
Anytime.
and yeah, bro, as soon as you can, send me those pics so I can start doing my reworks, and I'm gonna go work on this interview, and I'm gonna hit you back up tomorrow, and we go from there. Okay, bro?
Sure thing, man. I'm really hyped for this.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
the opportunity, man.
My pleasure. Speak to you soon.
See ya.